Hello everyone and welcome to Caroline's Craftery, and today we are going to do another episode in Dreaming of Dragons journal build. Today we are going to make these big pockets, envelopes. There is going to be a tag in here. It's on a magnetic closure. Piece of my dragon skin. I did the dragon skin on big 12 by 12 pieces of paper. Used the same technique as I did on the cover for these. And then when you open it up, we've got a dragon hiding in there. Got an egg here in a nest. I wanted it to look like a nest. Got the dragon. We'll make a big tag for in here. And then I got another egg up there which hides the magnet. So let's get started on that. So I have these big envelopes. Got them at the thrift store quite a long time ago. Got quite a few of them. But they're just very cool envelopes. They're a nice ivory color. So I've inked around the edges. I folded that up. And then I've cut just a little triangle shape there for the thumb notch, same as I cut the triangle here for the notch. So let's get started. I have this piece of paper. Now I'm not sure how well you can see the shimmer, but it's just a piece from the digital kit, and I've sprayed a couple colors of shimmer mist on it, and I really like how that looked. Now I've got a triangle cut in there, so you would think, but I cut it wrong, so I gotta redo it. But it's just big enough that I can do that because that's going to be glued down. So now we need to find out where I need to cut this. And that's always the hard part when you can't see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a line there and a line there. Now I made a template for the other one because I thought they were going to be the same, but hence why that's wrong. But now that I've got my little lines there, I should be able to line these up somehow. But those don't seem to be lining up either, so let's try this again here. Okay, so let's do it. Okay, so that should be the corner of that piece, and that should be the corner of that piece. But mind you, I guess these, yeah, that's not going to work. Okay, so much for a template idea. Yeah, I did think it was going to be a great idea. Maybe I could do it this way. There we go. Maybe we're on to something now. I push it down as far as I want it, making sure it's fairly even at the top. This is a better idea. Here, I thought I was being so smart making a template. Okay, let's cut it. Oh, that'll be wrong. Okay, let's keep our fingers crossed. Who would have thought it was going to be so much trouble cut a little notch. Guess I could glue it on and then... No, it'd be too hard to cut it out with it in the envelope. Okay. Let's hope that we at least have it, and we don't. That's okay, because you know what? I'm going to trim that little bit off after. I think next time I will glue it all on and then just cut that out. That's even probably a better idea. Let's make sure that's going to get covered. Yes, it will. Okay, now comes the fun part of gluing this on and trying to get it fairly even. I'm using Art Glitter Glue. Let's really quickly ink this up. I hope you're enjoying this series. I've loved making this journal. Pretty soon I'll be sewing in the signatures and then adding a lot of the stuff that we've been making and then adding more stuff. Okay, let's start. I'm just going to glue up these 2 points for now. Just because I don't want the ink to dry on the rest as I'm playing around on here. Because it's going to take a little bit of fiddling. To get that even. Okay, before I go any further, we can trim that down there. And then, you won't be able to see this, but I'm going to trim off the excess paper. I wanted something a little stronger than just paper there. Okay, I think we got it. Put a little bit more glue there to make sure we get that edge right down there. Let's ink that back up. Okay, I think we're finally getting it figured out. Now let's ink up the rest of it. I like Art Glitter Glue. It holds really good. You don't use much of it. I mean, the big bottle I've got has lasted me over a year now. So it goes a long ways. I'm still using up other glues that I have, so it depends on what I'm gluing up to, what I have. Now I did cut this here, I just did, and I just snipped it with the scissors, just barely took any off, just enough to open it up for a tag in there. Okay, So now, I gotta remember which order I did this in. I need to find the magnets that I had. I had set out 2 little magnets, and wouldn't you know, they fell off. And who knows where they went to. Oh, there they are. Two little magnets. Not sure of what size they are. Let's see if I can measure them a bit. They are 1/4 of an inch. I bought these online somewhere. I'm going to say off of Amazon, as that's where I have bought a lot of stuff. So, I need 2 of those. Let's get one of the eggs and a piece of tape. So I'm just going to put that down. And now this is good. Actually, let's put this on here. I'm just going to get an idea of where the middle of that's going to be. I'm just going to put a piece of tape on that to hold it. And then that's just going to get glued down. So let's do that. Don't use magnets very often, and it is a great way to close things if you can. Okay, let's get that pressed down. And then I'm going to stick the magnet to that, because then when I close it, it's going to be in the right spot. And I'm going to take another tiny piece of tape, just tiny. I'm going to roll it over. You could use a piece of double-sided tape for this, but I'm not even sure where mine is. So that's going to go on there. Now I'm going to close it. That tape will hold it down, sort of. I want to make sure that I got it in its place. There we go. Now, just another little piece of tape. Now I have to figure out where this dragon's going to sit, that it's going to cover that up. But I still want to be able to see that dragon out from the corner. So let's try that. It's a little bit close to the edge. I want to have enough all around that magnet to be able to glue it down, which I can there. Okay, so now I've got to try and keep, so he's right against that triangle, so, because I got to glue all that down, and then I still got to be able to put them down. Now these were a bit fun to cut out, because there was lots of little pieces, but I managed to fussy cut them. If a person had a Cricut or Scan and Cut or something, that probably would have been really handy. But I got it worked out. Okay, so that's going to go there. That's going to catch the magnet. That should work out good. Make sure all those little edges are glued down. So then we got that. And then we got this here. Perfect. Okay. Now I think we can glue this down. Now I'm going to glue the whole thing down because I've got the pocket in between. You could take out part of this here just to make it not so thick. The reason I didn't make this into a pocket this way was because then whatever you put in the pocket's going to cover up this dragon and stuff. And my thinking was that he was there, or she was there, to look after the nest of eggs. Okay, so then I just did a little bit of layering. We can layer this up here before we put it in the book. So we've got just this piece of scrapbook paper. Kind of looks like rocks. And then we're going to put down a piece of this green cheesecloth that we've been using throughout the journal. I dyed that cheesecloth. It turned out really, really good. So let's put that down there. Then, just getting my little brush, silicone brush, to push down on the glue. Trying to figure out which way is the right way for this leaf. So I'm going to go down there, and then it's got like these little tiny solid spots on this leaf. I'm not sure what you call this leaf, but it is pretty cool. Found them in my stash. I thought I liked the colors went with this theme. Okay, so now I'm going to use this silicone brush just so I don't get the glue all over my fingers. And then it doesn't stick to this, which is nice. I like that. Okay, now we've got another egg here. Let's, piece of the leaf stuck to my finger. Okay, I want to glue that up fairly good. And then it's going to go right on here. Like that. And then this is just a little strip of the fabric and the cheesecloth, and I've just stitched it with this here shiny thread, the Gutterman thread. It's like a sparkly, it's got pinks and blues and greens and whatnot in it. So I just hand stitch a folded fabric ribbon, and then that's just going to go there and make it look kind of like a nest. I'm going to use my art glitter glue for this. The art glitter glue works fine for on cloth. It just takes a little longer to dry. And if you're going to do like a single layer of cloth, then don't put very much on. Okay, so that's going to go right on there. And now this is going to go on to here. And I'm going to rip just a little bit of a triangle out of there. Should have did that before, but that's okay. That is going to go on there. Put a little bit of ink where I just tore that. add glue onto the back of this. So do let me know in the comments what you think of this journal so far. Somebody did ask me if it was going to be for sale, and yes, it will be for sale when it's done. If you are interested, you can message me now, although I can't sell it, of course, until it's done, which will be fairly soon, actually. And there is that. Now we can put this onto the front. Now this is sort of cut to size. I've cut the triangle all out, but I haven't done the other part. So let's open this up and let's turn it this way. And let's glue all of this up. I want to get right to the edge. I might sew around the flap. I haven't quite decided yet. Some of these things can be done later or at the very, very end of the whole project. The nice thing about hand sewing is I can do the sewing pretty much at any time. Okay, so that is in the right spot. I want to make sure I get all the edges. Then I can trim this little bit off. And there we have our pocket. Now you could make an envelope or use any kind of envelope and just alter it a little bit. I wanted to use some of these envelopes up. I have a lot of them. So there we have our two pockets. Now later, I usually always do my tags and stuff at the end after I've got them in the journal. And then I know, okay, well, I could make two for that pocket. One, how thick do I want it? Because some pockets you can't use quite a thick of a ticket or a tag, etc. So I usually leave that till the end. So there is our two pockets. I really like how they turned out. And I just love this journal. Just to get an idea of what they will look like in the book. It's just like that there. Now when I put these in, I could leave the back open for a large pocket. I could make a pocket there. I'll decide that when I go to actually glue them in. So I will probably put this one on this side, and then this one would go on this side to make it easy to pull that little tag out. I won't put them side by side, of course. One will go in one signature, one will go in the other. So that is it for today's project in Dreaming of Dragons. And I think it's just such a great project. I'm really, really liking it. I hope you like it as well. And check out my Facebook group. Check out the links. If you like the digital kit, there's a link for that in for the shop. And yeah, And hopefully you're playing along. And we'll see you soon. Bye.